Hi everyone and welcome to another Skyrim mod feature, episode 61. First up in this video we have Balcos House. This is a player home from mod author who specialises in quite quaint and tiny homes. This time around the mod author has combined two small homes, one for you and one for your followers, in a small cell all on their own, which also includes a smithing area and also somewhere to relax in the form of a hot bath. There's also fantastic scenery in this tiny cell with a massive waterfall at the back. If you're familiar with this mod author, you'll know they're very good at putting the small details in and making a small area actually feel quite large with the amount of features that they add. Personally, this is my favourite player home from this mod author so far. It's just the way they've stylised the main home itself. It's very nicely laid out, everything feels like it has its own place and just feels a very comfortable home to live in. The inclusion of the separate follower home as well is also very nice. You can fit two followers in there are two separate beds, and it just creates a nice atmosphere when you go into the area for the player home and everything has its own particular place. The waterfall at the back of this area as well also gives it a very nice aesthetic feeling, and it just is a very nice, pleasant place to kick up your boots at the end of adventuring and just take a chill out and relax with your followers and just take some time off basically. The next mod is a new texture for the snowgrass that you can find in most areas across Skyrim, especially obviously in the colder regions. The new texture is drastically different from the vanilla one, and we'll see this in some before and after shots in a moment. But for me, I do like it, but it does over-extenuate the 2D effect that this grass sometimes has. Now with most of the grass textures in Skyrim, they are actually pretty much 2D. I know they're 3D technically speaking, but you know what I mean, they're very thin and they don't actually have any sustenance to them. And with the original texture you didn't notice this too much, but with this one on, because it is so much different and so much bigger than the original one, you can see that 2D effect a lot more, and it sometimes just takes your eye away from the game itself. It's a bit glaringly obvious. Overall though, it does have a nice effect, and I like the mod authors include this texture that does have some frost and some snow already on it. The original one doesn't have this and just looks like grass that doesn't get sunlight much and is in a cold region. This one actually has the snowy effect on, and it is a nice replacement. Over the years of Skyrim's release, there's been quite a few mods that have changed the animations for the horses. The reason for this is because the default animations are usually a bit clunky and don't really show the athleticism of the horse you expect a warrior to ride. They're very much a shay horse that was built for carrying carriages. Horses Revamped attempts to improve this by giving you a sleeker, smaller, more agile horse, which has also got HDT compatibility, so the horsehair on the tail and mane move with more fluidity and just look a lot more natural. It's a nice effect and it does work well. Here is the original shay type horse walking just at a slow pace. You can see the difference here mainly in the legs and in the horse's head and neck. They are a lot slimmer and a lot smaller, and the way that the horse canters and gallops is a lot different and just seems a lot more agile. Personally, I am more of a fan of the vanilla style of horse just because it fits in with the cold regions of Skyrim more in my personal opinion. However, if you're looking for something that looks a little bit more natural and a lot sleeker, then this is definitely a mod you should check out. Next up I want to take a look at Outlandish Stalhrim. Now it's a new texture for that particular armour by Billyro, who usually specialises in really nice sword mods. This armour is one of my favourites that's been added by the Dragonborn DLC. I really only started liking it, or really seeing it, when Gopher picked it up for his Richard character. It's a really nice looking armour, and this texture gives it a nice crystal white appearance. You can also get the texture in the same bluish kind of tint that the vanilla armor has, but both versions look far superior than the vanilla version, and I definitely recommend, if you like this armor, to check this mod out. These textures also extend to all of the Stalhrim weapons. I know I'm probably not saying the name of the armor correctly, but it's what I'm going to go with for this video. So the texture, yes, extends to all of the weapons and comes in about 2K texture size, pretty much the same, if not better, than the Skyrim HD retextures. Last up, and as I start the video with a player home, I'm also going to finish it with one as well. This is Rayek's End Revisited, which has been retitled by the new author as Mazz Ends. The original mod went into disrepair and was no longer used, so Mazz has taken it upon himself to add a couple of new features and just continue the great work that was started by the original author. All the original features from the previous mod are still to be found here. What you'll notice is mainly the lighting is a lot better now, it's been completely reworked and edited, and you'll also find there's extra areas for your followers, as well as a fully functional greenhouse with a small pond and critter spawners. Improvements have been made to the functional auto sorting system, which also has auto population of the crafting stations. There's also a new display area for the Dragon Claws and Dragon Priest masks, which also includes the masks from any of the DLC. I didn't see the original mod and I wish that I had, because this looks like a very nice player home to use. It's very simply laid out. This might be due to the revisited version of the mod, but everything fits in. It's a nice run through the player home and just has a nice starting location between Riverwood and Whiterun, just off the small waterfall. It's really nicely laid out, and if you like a simple player home that contains everything you need, then this may be one that you want to check out, especially since it's in a nice starting location. That brings me to the end of episode 61. If you've liked any of the mods that I've shown, please do check them out by following the links down below, and also remember to endorse the mods if you use them. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.